Hey everybody, it's Dave here from Dragonhill Games. So Core Set 2020 brought us a lot of interesting cards, but one card in particular has pushed one of the most iconic tribes of Magic's history back into the spotlight. That's right folks, love them or hate them, goblins are competitive in Modern. I put this deck together last night and played it in our weekly Modern tournament group. It performed really well, going 3-1 on the night, smashing through Blue Moon 2-0, pushing humans aside also 2-0, and going the distance against Jund. What's a Ren in 6? I don't know, it's dead. The only deck that gave me any kind of trouble with its aggressive style was Ball Lightning Tribal, which I must say in its own right is a pretty cool deck. So I've made some final adjustments to the deck, mostly to the sideboard, and it's ready to present to you guys. Let's have a look at the deck list, and after there's some gameplay videos for you guys to check out.
We always recommend shopping at your local game store. However, if there's something you can't find locally, we have provided a link for every card you see in this video in the description. Using that link will help support this channel. Okay, let's dive right in by having a look at the two cards that really push this deck over the top. Goblin Ringleader is a new addition to Modern thanks to Core Set 2020, and he is absolutely nuts. When he comes into play, we reveal the top 4 cards of our library and put all the goblins we find into our hand. The rest of the cards will go onto the bottom of our deck. This is the fuel that keeps our goblins coming, and on average you will get 2 to 3 goblins every time you play one of these. And we all know the silly things you can do with Aether Vial. You may choose to flash in a Goblin Chieftain to bolster your gobos on attack or defense. Or maybe you need to vial in a Goblin Matron so you can grab a Munitions Expert and eliminate a threat. There are all kinds of nasty things you can do, and Aether Vial allows the deck to operate smoothly on very little mana. For the most part, I found that having one on 3 or 4 is where you want to be. Up next we have our supporting staff. Dominaria brought us Goblin Warchief. He reduces the cost of all of our goblins by 1 colorless mana and gives them haste. And Goblin Chieftain also gives our gobos haste and increases their power and toughness by 1. Modern Horizons blessed us with Goblin Matron, another key ingredient in making this deck as consistent as it is. With Goblin Matron, I usually found myself tutoring up a Munitions Expert to deal with an onboard threat or a Ringleader to refill my hand. Munitions Expert is an absolute workhorse. When he enters the battlefield, you may have him deal damage to a creature or planeswalker equal to the number of goblins you control. He will be providing most of the removal that we need. Mogg War Marshal works very well in that we get a token when he comes into play and when he dies. He has an echo cost which I don't think I paid once. If you happen to have a Sling Gang Lieutenant in play, it's an added bonus, as you can sack the War Marshal to the Sling Gang, reaping the Drain Life effect, while still getting a token off the death of the War Marshal. It also pairs very well with Knucklebone Witch. 1 copy of Goblin Chainwhirler will help us deal nicely with go-wide decks, and he is pretty beefy as far as goblins go. Knucklebone Witch is a sweet addition to the build. She gets a +1/+1 counter whenever a goblin dies, and dying is what goblins do very well. And Sling Gang Lieutenant makes a nice finisher. We get 3 goblins for 4 mana, and we can sack gobos to it to drain our opponent. It basically says, if the number of goblins you have is greater than or equal to your opponent's life total, then GG. Finally, Pash-Alik Mons gives us an additional way to ping creatures or our opponent whenever a goblin bites it. Remember, dying is what goblins were born to do, so Pash-Alik will be spreading the damage around nicely. The deck is pretty light on non-creature spells. It simply runs 2 copies of Tarfire, which is a Goblin Tribal card, so you can put it into your hand if you happen to hit it with Goblin Ringleader. 2 copies of Blood Moon allow us to shut down a lot of decks, and 2 copies of Kolaghan's Command give us additional removal against artifacts and creatures, as well as giving us the ability to return a key creature from our graveyard to our hand. As far as our land package goes, Auntie's Hovel provides us with an untapped dual land as long as we have a goblin in hand. Bloodstained Mire and Blood Crypts make up our fetch and shock package, and Blackcleave Cliffs gives us some nice early game fast mana. 3 copies of Cavern of Souls gives us color fixing while providing protection against control players. 1 copy of Gemstone Mine gives us additional color correction, and 1 copy of Sunbaked Canyon to sack for card draw later in the game. We also run 3 mountains and 1 swamp. Remember to fetch out that swamp if you plan on dropping a Blood Moon on your opponent. Moving along to our sideboard, we can see we have 4 copies of Vexing Shusher, which is a great side-in against control opponents. It itself cannot be countered, and you can pay a red to make sure that none of the rest of your goblins can be countered either. Also, 4 copies of Unearth will give us the ability to return most of our creatures to play if we are facing a removal-heavy opponent. 2 more copies of Tarfire and 2 copies of Kolaghan's Command give us additional removal and retrieval, and 3 copies of Leyline of the Void go in against our graveyard strategy opponent. And that's the deck.
Okay, I really hope you guys enjoyed having a look at the deck list, and you asked for it, so here it is. Following this, we're going to show you some live video footage of this deck being played at our regular weekly Modern tournament. Keep in mind that this is live paper Magic being played in a busy store, so there's a lot of noise in the background, and we're working on a setup to give you guys a better view of the actual play area. But here's a couple of games for you to get a feel for the deck. You said you're taking the play.
Yeah.
Okay, good luck.
You too. Okay. Yeah, I'll keep this one.
I'm gonna try this.
Cool. Alright. You have no pre-game effects or anything, right?
Nope.
Okay. I'll just play a Spire Bluff Canal and a Seer Visions.
Okay, you got it.
Yeah, I splash red for red and 6, that's about it. Then I'm going to pay 4 mana, I can cast
Just put your hand down for 1 second.
Oh, sure. Just gonna double check. I'm just going to be talking about it.
Yep, okay, we're good.
And I'll pass the turn.
Okay.
We're good, right?
Yep, we're
Okay.
good.
Cool.
I'm just gonna play this tap and I'll say go.
Alright. Draw. Play a Salad Strain and pass the turn.
Yeah, no, I did. I was just
Tap
waiting for
up,
like,
draw.
I don't know. Yeah, no. QD Melon over 1 and not one for 5 turns.
Not so much.
Sure.
I will attempt a Mog War Marshal.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, and then I'll say go ahead.
Okay. And step, and then you cast it. Sure. I'll draw that one. And I'll crack it. Just down to 19.
Okay.
That's when you question my boss.
What do we want here?
Did he just kill himself as well?
Last game.
Yeah.
Last game?
Why is it certain? I actually got my boss when I was
That's pretty good.
Yeah, surgical and main board, dude. Yeah, people do that.
There you go.
I know. Don't play great.
Just like using your arm, he's like, bam.
Yeah, he's had a little bit of
My
practice
turn?
now. He's been trying to. We keep offering to shuffle, but he's trying to get better at it because he's going to be like that for a bit yet. So
No, I offered him now.
Land. And
he likes humans. He hates boggles. Boggles is. I don't even like playing boggles.
I'm just gonna pass the turn.
Yeah. I don't like playing boggles anymore.
That's one of the reasons I'm so excited for like a new non-rotating format like Origins 4. Like just dumb shit. Not like blood and
Oh, sorry, I didn't pay the
bronze.
update.
I'm not saying brain isn't bad, but it's just like those discard mirror
Put you
lights
off
stuck
for
in
me.
your dick.
I'm sorry, I let you land.
Yeah, that's fine. Just one I'll get 18.
What do you want format?
But I mean,
They've already announced it. It's just for arena. Like I knew there was gonna be something, but I was hoping it would be paper. It's like you lose like Tron, Affinity, all the Storm, you lose Infect, you lose. Like some of those decks are fun to play, but it's like I don't know.
It was kind of like Frontiers.
Goblin
they tried
Ringleader.
to do really stuff.
Yeah,
So
but
this
you
lets
wouldn't
you
have
search
company,
for
where it's like
a
Frontier was
goblin, or is this the
Yeah,
top burn?
search for a goblin, reveal it, card, put it in my hand, then
That's what I played online and I just thrashed everybody. Or Dark Jessica.
Yeah, it's like I thought Historic was gonna do some stuff. I don't know. I said that wrong. It's like if you include
Yeah,
like
that's fine. We can do
Zendikar
that.
Okay.
or Origins 4, these are just two chicken shit
Get a Vexing
to
Shusher.
Sure.
include Kaladesh in the new format because of the copycat combo, where it's like you have grass
Forgot that the Goblin
protecting
actually
stable
is-
that has a red Assassin's Trophy that you never got
Just go hands, and I will pass
I
my
know
turn.
walking was in the
Instant.
game, but it's like
cast Snapcaster Mage
You got it.
and cast an Opt.
Sure.
Get better removal. Push.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's stuff to interact with. I don't think it's. I think they should. But like you said, copycat and.
Okay, and go to my turn.
Some things.
Draw.
Amicable.
They have an island.
I was just excited for a change. It's like, oh,
My
my
deck's
next
better suited to fight against
Me
other
too,
people's
and then I
deck
saw it,
anyway.
that's what I was asking.
Yeah,
Just like very opposite.
Like, I knew there was going to be something. I just didn't realize I was just going to be solely for arena.
Do you think it's going to transfer over?
And
To paper?
I hope so. My
I will
optimism
pass
is
the turn.
Sure, I mean, not. You gave shit.
And obviously they wanted to.
I just want to. No, it's technically.
Like I started at the beginning and it wasn't all that, and then I stopped playing this. I'm not going to do this hard. I mean, I did the fire shoes, but like after the game, I prefer Hearthstone. But then when you go into it, you have to pay to play, like to get better. I'm not sure.
I thought about starting it.
It was just like all my standard stuff of old was suddenly be like I'd be able to use it. Like, I
Cast
had
it,
my
I guess,
scared
very
dogs,
targeting the couple of
dogs,
agents.
habits, and angels.
Yeah, yeah. You have all those.
I'm just going to take 2.
Like, tiny bit of
Down to 16.
like throw them up this way. Yeah,
It's part of the casting cost, so it goes on the stack and then I
I'm not
can
sure.
start before it actually.
The game I love.
Yep.
Sure.
I look modern now, just a little less damage. It's just-
I just don't like
Play
that.
that quick turn.
I was like something linear.
It was such a bad game.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
I will say go
Like
ahead.
I hate I love the beam of teasing Danny. He doesn't understand like blue-white control. I hate it. Mostly because it's like play a path
Cast Magmatic
style,
Sinkhole,
play a tap
targeting the
color,
Vexing
play
Treasure.
an
Get
ops,
exile like they do here.
story.
Okay, so what happens?
That's just
Deals
5
5 damage.
damage to it.
Sure.
It's like
I hate blue white because it's like the whole
It's
entire
like you were
it's like as soon as you see someone play colonnade pass, you're like, all right, we're going to time.
I'm going to cast an Opt.
You got
So it's a good deck. You can win tournaments, but it's just
Oh yeah, it's
like
just like
Gabriel Deceived to me is a powerful wizard. It's just like it's like Reed Duke and Johnny.
Just 'cause he has a big
Red
nose.
six.
it's like every time like when I was playing like with Kaladesh.
I'm going to go to combat.
Okay.
Control, and as soon as I see that, I'm like, yeah, it's gonna go like this. It's gonna
That
go.
was your second one.
I had one like my.
And
I haven't seen
I'm going to
one.
pass the turn.
Drawn 2 cards.
One tap,
See
keep.
zero lands.
Yeah, you go like play your land, play your second land, play creature gets countered, and then just same thing over and over all the way up to turn 5, then you lose. I hated it. I hated it.
I liked playing against Robbie's back in standard a long time ago. Like playing against Robbie's Godfair.
Combat?
Sure.
Yeah, like
Two.
That was fun.
I'm
He was
at,
blue white control. It
14.
was fun to play against.
degenerate as the other ones.
Yeah.
And like same thing
Energy.
when
I just want to play with Torrential Gearhawk.
I played Abzan, like it was just like,
What
oh, that was degenerate.
yeah, that's fine.
cheap because you just get value upon value. Like even if they
And I'll
counter, you
pass
still
the
get
turn.
that energy trigger, and then you're just gonna use it for blistering high
Cast a
ground.
Ride, targeting
My
the
favorite
above.
Glory Burn. That was the only reason I played that. I love that dragon.
Guess what I'm stuffing in my
Cards in hand,
Ponza
still
deck? 4 of
Oh, man.
that bad boy.
They're sick, like, especially when you.
That's fine. Okay, I'll go to my turn.
Okay.
Well, how many times did you play?
Sure.
So 6, 5,
No,
isn't it?
yeah, we've got to combat.
You looked at your hand, you put it back. You looked at your hand, you
I'll
put it
pass.
back. This is your...
So 4.
I
Yeah,
don't
it is
know,
four.
like, it's
It
up
is
to
four.
my opponent to know how many...
Yes, I believe it's 4. Oh, this is rough, but like I don't want to go down.
Thereabouts.
Combat.
Yep.
Alright, sits on top. Your choice.
Yeah, sure. I'll take it. I'm at 12.
I got so confused.
Just
'cause
put
we
it
kept
back
talking.
in. Let's do mulliganing correctly, not going to 8 like I used to do. So I can't really shit talk yet because it's like I'm mulligan to 8.
I was just, I kept confused
I like
because
that.
of,
Try Goblin Ringleader.
You drew
Okay,
it
that's fine.
cards. It's like,
And look at the top 4 cards in my library.
I don't
Any
do
liquid, I'll go
I don't
for it.
do
Goblin
this.
cards reveal this way into my
I lay it
hand,
out
the rest of them
7,
on my
show
library.
my opponent.
Unfortunately,
Then when they acknowledge it, then when they acknowledge it, then
I
I
wasn't expecting that. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. So these three will go to my
Like,
hands.
a lot of
Do I reveal them? But I'll
I mean, I don't
go.
want to go any lower, so I think we're just gonna do it.
You're good.
I must have revealed them.
Yeah. What's the last one there? Go, Goblin.
Oh, I was supposed to reveal the top four cards. Okay,
Oh,
so
you're
this
okay.
was October
Okay.
Blood.
Okay, I thought you just revealed the ones that go to your hands.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I thought.
I just can't see it. I rubber and now. See, it's like 40.
Then I'm gonna say go
I
ahead.
already
It's also the domain.
I
Not the
Got it.
many that people.
Oh, and end of turn, 1, 2, 3. Yep, I only have 6. But I just want to make sure.
There is more. There's
So sorry,
more.
it was War Chief.
It was War Chief, Matron, and Chieftain.
It's more
War Chief and Chieftain are
expensive
both just lords, right?
than
War Chief is the one that makes goblins cost less and gives them.
Oh, that's okay. That's that one. Kind of a
Well, I
lord.
definitely
Okay, yeah, that works then. I guess
Well, it is more expensive.
I'm gonna pop this now. Huh?
Okay.
No, I was thinking on a goldfish because it was
Play that.
considering building
Gotta go to
and
combat.
it's
You
more
got it,
than
14.
Lily.
And I'll
You
pass.
can consider building it if you have no cards for the deck other than 3 of the land.
It's
Just
260.
Magnet and fetch.
That's
Like
what
I
they
said,
go for
Bloodstain
in
Myers, but that's like the
black.
cheapest of the fetches.
It's all like
Village, twice.
Yeah, exactly.
But also Lily's been printed how many times?
Course Spirit Dancer.
It's really for like the
Lily lies.
Valley Dance.
Yes.
At one point,
Okay.
Alright, we're gonna get it.
Judge, can I call Jared on slow play?
What?
You can't do that.
You're the guy who spent 40 minutes.
I do something and he spends 5 minutes.
You're the guy who spent 40 minutes mulligan. Get out of here.
I just call Nick for picking up on
Mons. Shalik
I
Mons.
think that's great.
I'm not calling him on for that.
So he makes goblins when
take 2.
Whenever he or another goblin I control dies, deals 1 damage to any target.
I'll respond to
Okay.
that.
Okay, taps.
So this was in with this on the stack.
Yeah, in response to the response, yeah.
That's fine.
Yay! Guess what I bought?
Yeah, go for it.
4 of
I
them.
can pay 4 and sack a goblin to make 2.
Okay, oh, so he doesn't actually make tokens. Alright.
And I'm gonna say go ahead.
Okay.
Untap.
So we'll do 1 there.
Draw. Yay, another land. Land number 6.
That's a sick card though.
Woo! Yeah, look
Pass
at
the
that. Look at that.
Because you got greedy and kept the hand because of that. This.
I ripped 3 lands off the top. Shut up. These boggles. I need creatures, not lands.
Goblin War Chief.
Sure.
No, I'm way slower because
Goblin Chieftain.
all my stuff comes to tapped.
Go to combat.
Yep.
8.
So it'd be 3 and 2, 5.
Sure. I will go down to 8. I'm sorry, 5. Yeah, I go down to what's that? 7.
Okay, go ahead. Just hold.
Oh, sure.
Just gonna make sure we're still going.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, yep. Go.
Draw.
2 there.
Something. What do you think of these?
Ooh.
It took so long to find one of these.
Okay. Kind of concerns me a little bit.
I'll pass the turn.
So right now it's just a 0/4. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery, you remove a counter from him.
Exactly.
Okay.
And when he flips, return all non-horror creatures to
To their owner's hands.
Yep.
Okay. Untap, upkeep, draw.
I'll take 5 though.
Play mountain.
Go to 10. Go to 10. Maybe not. I don't know.
Can we F-bomb less, Jared, please?
Sorry.
Goblin Ringleader.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
Okay.
Yeah.
So reveal the top 4.
Yep. Alright.
Okay, so just not the mountain.
Chieftain and Vex and Cheshire?
Play with Chieftain.
Sure.
Play with War Marshal.
Yep.
Token.
Boy.
Go to combat.
Yeah.
Swing with everything.
Alright. So is there a way I can survive this? I don't think so.
So we got 2, 4, and then he's at 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3.
Yeah, I don't think I can survive that. I've got 3 or 2 triple blue cards in my hand.
Games.
Good game.
I I am playing 5-color humans.
5-color humans, lucky me.
Yes. And I assume I'm playing against some black-red goblin variant where you're going to have quadruple goblin grenade, and I'm not going to have a single meddling mage.
Only if you do the same after.
And I'm going to die.
Is high roll okay?
You betcha.
Sure.
4. I like that.
So you got 2 choices.
Oh,
Wow.
Snake Eyes.
Snake eyes again.
Yes.
Alright.
What, has someone else rolled Snake Eyes?
I rolled the exact same thing last round. I rolled 4 and Donnie rolled snake eyes.
That's
Pretty awesome. I mean, what are the chances of that?
I will start by playing.
Then again, Donnie did draw like a boss all game, so I guess that was payback for me getting to go first.
It doesn't. It's black red. Oh, it's that.
Hard
Sorry.
to play Magic with only one hand, isn't it?
Then I would play.
Yeah, do you want like a synopsis of the past month and a half?
No, I'm gonna play first.
Of how a lonely boy from Conestoga, Ontario got injured and his dreams of playing Magic the Gathering for the next several months were dashed until he overcome all the trials and tribulations
I
and
think
the
I'm gonna keep
mockery
my hand.
to come to this store and
Keeping my hand.
get beat in by mono red goblins. I am going to keep my hand as well.
Alright, we're off to the races.
Yes, we
We're
are.
gonna play Cavern of Souls, Naming Goblins.
Oh, goblins!
Imagine that.
Nuts.
And I'll play an Aether Vial and I'll say go ahead.
I will
Draw.
draw. Yes, draw. Human. Ether vial.
Wow, look at that.
That's skill.
Sure. Done?
Vial on 1 every game. Yeah, done.
Okay, well, I definitely have to.
This one. Draw for turn. Marsh Flats.
Push stomping ground.
Stomping ground?
Yeah.
Crack the Marsh Flats.
19.
Oh, you can now.
Go to 7.
There's no point in us reversing it. It's going to turn out the exact same. This isn't. You already knew I was playing Goblins because I was yawning about it. This is a lot
These are your
of
hands.
so you're good.
I'll start with it. Go ahead.
Would you like to cut fine, sir?
I would love to. Is this where you now plug your sleeves? Sponsored by Katana, whatever.
No,
Or
not
what-
sponsored by Katana. Tapping Cavern of Souls for red.
What?
Smog War Marshal.
Okay.
When he enters the battlefield, create a Goblin token.
I used to keep a second.
If he dies, he has an echo cost of 1 red and 1, and when he dies, I get none of
I
those.
took it to a G or
Cool. 2 mana, 1/1.
Sure.
a
And I'll say go ahead.
Show you
they're
show
small.
you the best 1/1 around.
No, it's TBTQ.
In response to pick up, I'm going to
Ziggurat.
I shocked once.
have to
Activate Ether Vial. Champion Perish.
You got it.
Perish.
Concerned
That's a real 1/1.
Sure.
Not
Either
that.
that or you just have.
This is still on the
Oh, there's
side.
3 basics in the deck.
That's true.
Okay.
Untap
You just got a weird
During
thing
people
going on
elect
there.
not to pay.
I mean, it happens. I only have 2 basics
The
in
echo
mine.
cost.
Yep.
So this one just came in. Put this on 2. Go to draw.
Oh, wait, really? And there's 5 types in it.
Play mountain.
Jaybird.
I didn't realize that. Because I just had you exile
Tap
that,
it
so
for
I
red.
would give you my...
No, because I had a planeswalker.
But then you have
Goblin
yours.
Chieftain.
And then so then what I'll do is I'll hit the Sure. And then...
As haste, gives all my goblins haste, and gives all my goblins +1/+1, not including himself.
Yeah. 699.
So there's instant,
We
sorcery.
go to combat.
Vigilance, first strike,
Okay.
lifelink.
Swing for 4.
I have a lot of things that can first strike in this deck.
No, you got me for sure, but...
And I'm going to say go
I
ahead.
think the boggle almost always has once I get going. Yeah, you got it, Buzz.
This time I'm gonna make an elemental, I forgot last time.
Yeah, I noticed that. I thought about saying something, but you're a more experienced player than me, so.
Whenever it attacks, you trigger elemental card in your graveyard with toughness less than its turn locked a while. You have 0.
So
Go to 13.
Did you pay like, no.
I know go to 13, I was at
no, I haven't paid a life.
You're at 15.
I never actually tapped this, I just sacked it.
Oh no, I was at like
No, this is turn.
I thought you were at 18.
Sure, what does that do?
no, because I had to
Gives all humans other than this when this enters the battlefield +1/+1.
I know that.
And it's the same sort of effect when another human enters, it gets a +1/+1.
Okay,
So it'll give these two +1/+1,
Counters.
and then these see that entering, and then they get
each
an
get
additional
an
one. So that'll go to 3, and that'll go to 4. So they go from 1 to 3 counters, and that'll go from 0 to 2 counters. And I'll activate Ether Vial, and then Violin, Phantasmal Image, copying Dahlia's Lieutenant.
Yeah.
So there's again an ETB for all other ones, and then this one sees that one is the same sort of
A whole
effect.
bunch of stuff.
And then that will go from 4 to 6, so +1/+1 from this copying it, and then this seeing another human enter it.
Sure. I was thinking of putting
Go to 5 counters, to 4 counters, that will go up 2 counters.
Eternal land.
Play that tower. I don't need
Then
it.
I will attack you for 6.
So the problem is I have no evasion. I'm actually just not even put that down. There's no reason to. 10?
Go ahead. That's a little in my head, you know that.
Until I find some evasion,
Okay, I'm gonna take 11 and go to 6.
We're gonna be here a while.
Okay.
Go ahead. Yeah, you got it.
Then I will pass the turn.
They trade.
1 mana open?
Yes, I do.
Okay, end of turn, I'm going to
First, I
file
gotta
in a Mog War
turn a
Marshal.
land. Play a
Creates
land.
Goblin
I just
token.
see the button, but it's
Over my turn, I'll elect to not
No.
play the upkeep. Create another Goblin token. Do I want to draw on that?
This one box.
I think I will.
It does not apply.
Draw.
Or reach. This was going to give it reach. I should have put it on.
What's your life total?
I was thinking with all your others, you might run an EE. Yeah, it's like 3. So I was like, oh, if I do it this way, then I can re-go out if I have to. Wow, man, that's a lot of cool lands I got. Guess we'll just play this boggle. Go ahead. I mean, you have the potential to get back if you make like
2 cards in
enough tokens.
Yes, I do.
If I can't find anything here, and I just keep ripping
That's
lands.
just
3. Yep. Make another 2.
Well,
Yep. And then 2 of those. Yep. So you haven't seen any more lands, and all I've seen is lands. Draw. That's pretty good. Spider. Swing for 8, 9, 2, 11, 12, 13.
Combat?
I have no these tokens and I have no patience. So. Yeah, you got her boxed. I don't know if he combos or anything. I assume that's why he's still playing because I'm at 63 life. I don't know the deck well. I mean, yeah, I have 1 extra boggle, but yeah.
Lock 1.
The Lily
What do you
would
think of Kaya's Guile?
6.
Is it good enough?
I've got a couple in there.
I think it's good. I seen he played it in 1 deck, I think.
I played one of it in a Mardu Pyromancer shell, and I thought it was good enough.
Look at all these lands and boggles where I only run like 18.
Was 1 short.
It's pretty good.
Some more Horizon Canopies.
Just
I have
1 short.
Get more.
Jared wants me to get more because I use them both humans and boggles, and he only has 2, so he's only running 2.
I assume double.
But
Oh, if I had double Goblin, you'd be
Take
dead.
it, you first.
Yes, I would.
But I am going to Goblin Grenade this turn. Second. And I'm going to say go ahead.
now you look at your
Grenade and smell it.
Treasure.
Has a sort of musky
If you can
scent
make it big, you can do it really
wafting
I kind of
off
want
of
to
your
make a
goatee.
mini deck where you just call this thing and it casts
Untap.
because it's based on its
Put
power.
a counter on
Did
this.
you play the Kaya's
Draw.
turn from Modern Horizons?
Yeah.
Kaya's Guy.
I will cycle a Waterlogged
What were you
Grove.
talking about? Okay, I thought you played it. You
Draw.
would play it. Okay, we were just talking about it, that's all. Play it.
I had
Spirit
one land
Dancer,
which
she
was a raging
bolted.
ravine. Not good enough.
Probably not.
Well, it can't cast.
I forgot to attack.
Cavern of Souls. Human.
I guess I shouldn't be attacking, so I kill a token and gain more life. But
I'll shift this to the
You're
bottom.
at 6. I'm at 10. You did that.
Black brick, please.
Yep.
I'm slightly intrigued as to what he could
If I lose
possibly
this, I'm
have
just
in
gonna
your
kill
hands.
myself because I have 63 life.
Yes,
Although you might have an
that's
infinite.
okay.
I don't know enough about it. Like, I was interested in building the deck, but I didn't look at how
Thalia.
So Thalia's on the stack. Because these are ATB triggers, correct?
Nice one counters
Yes.
on creatures, and that was fun.
Tarfire the
That seemed
Vent Plus one.
That's value.
Sacrifices as it gets targeted.
Sacrifice it to what, sorry?
When this creature
yeah,
becomes
yeah,
a
so
target
it's
of a
just
spell or
target.
ability, you have
You
to
got it.
sacrifice it.
Okay.
And then when it enters, these two get a bit bigger. So 3, that goes to 6.
Yeah, take the ball lady. That
I
sounds like
will.
a good idea.
I think I can't hold back.
I'm actually really
I'm
lucky.
dead, so I'll attack you for 7.
Oh, my luck.
Block.
My luck, my luck, my luck.
Pass the turn.
And swing for 13.
Tarfire, interesting. Would I be able to read Tarfire?
Sure. It's a
That's a
tribal
goblin?
goblin.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah.
I guess you could potentially get
Just 2 damage to target creature or player.
Yeah.
That's why I was saying it was 1 short with the goblin on you.
Yeah. Oh, 7. Yeah.
Yeah, I could have done 15, you had 16. Yeah. So I'm gonna
Well, I guess thank goodness I didn't.
Violin Goblin Ringleader.
What is that?
Yeah.
Good read them. So I reveal the top 4 cards of my library. Any goblins that I reveal go into my hand, the rest go on the bottom.
It's like a way better freaking.
So revealing Goblin Chieftain, Munitions Expert,
This might
another
be
Munitions Expert,
Man,
and a Blast
Like,
Base.
keep it
So
like
4 on the
And
bottom.
you're gonna be like, oh, let's shuffle this up so I don't have this problem. And the next 10 cards are gonna be gas.
If I was able to have the Grafter's Cage this week.
I think I just do it to get a land out of my deck. I'll pay 1 only, because watch this. No lands
Goblin
next to me.
Chieftain,
No,
you know.
I had a while before I was saying
Yep,
yes.
so those all go into my hand.
2 Munitions
So everyone
Experts,
shuffle
Goblin
Goblin
Chieftain.
Chieftain. Yeah.
You never know if a blood moon's gonna come out just because some jank will get a basic. We could do that.
Flash,
Oh,
and when
wait,
it ETBs, it deals damage to target creature equal to the number of goblins you have.
Yes.
And also I'm gonna 13.
That's black and red, alright.
It is black and red.
Yeah, I was like, you're gonna take that? Yeah. Okay, pass the turn. Going for 100 health.
I'm gonna pass turn.
Travis Trevor. Yeah.
Tap.
Brain fart.
Upkeep.
Please,
Draw.
gas, not lands. Real cards or card in my hand. There is one card in my hand. Would you like to Inquisition for that one card and find out what it is?
Play Horizon Canopy, and cycle Horizon Canopy.
You got it.
Draw. Tap 1,
Swing for 2.
and Noble Hierarch.
Okay, so on the stack. I have Flash and Munitions Expert.
Yep.
So they have 4. This is a 4/4?
Yes.
They have 4 there.
Okay. Yeah.
You're gonna sacrifice a creature,
And that enters, this goes up 1.
and you're gonna exile all cards from your graveyard.
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay.
We'll activate Ether Vial.
Sure.
Menace Rider.
You got it.
Tapped it by accident. Because this was one I just touched this turn, right? This is the
And I
next
will
turn.
attack you for
No, it is. 'cause
3
it's-
in the air. 4.
4.
So,
Noble
Exalted.
Hierarch. You got it. Down to 2.
Another Chieftain, another Munitions Expert.
Kyle Scott, that's
5
scary.
there. Kill that.
Yeah.
Attack all out. Blocks. 2, 10. Maybe that was the right move. Munitions Expert's worse. Yeah, I think I screwed this guy high.
Done?
Just considering. Yeah, I think I screwed up. Pass the turn.
Time will tell. Untap,
So that
upkeep,
can
draw.
net you with one of those, and you have to block both of those.
Take out our Souls Named Goblins.
So pump those to 5. Other ones have haste.
We have Goblin Ringleader, Flash and
Again,
Goblin Ringleader.
jeez, your draws are nuts.
Goblin War Chief,
1,
Lord War
2,
Marshal,
3.
Munitions Expert,
Holy!
Mountain.
I think that thing
Even draw for us. Where's that?
You don't want to pay? Yeah, why would you?
So Mountain is going to go on the bottom.
Is it a haste? Okay, that's one less. That's
I think it's made
red.
of tokens.
Wait, wait.
combat.
Jeez, those things have been
You can
complete
shuffle
gas
yours,
for
you can
you.
still fail to search and shuffle if you'd like. You don't have to because it's a base search trigger.
Just refill your hand.
And then discard your card. What are you at?
Yep. Okay. I feel like we're gonna go.
I had 3 lilies in my hand. I couldn't find a third land.
I feel like
So freaking lucky.
I might go to time, Jared.
Did John get punked by
I'm gonna say,
Two. I got really lucky.
I got stuck on 2 lands.
Yeah, you got real.
say go ahead.
untap? Upkeep.
No evasion, I'm at 100 something health.
Alright.
It's been.
Human.
Yeah.
Can't believe I drew all.
Move to combat.
Okay, I'm going to combat. I'm going to flash him Municipal
I mean,
Expert.
at
I'll
the
deal
empowerments after your base, it's
6
third
to
time
the
so attack.
Like I thought I was
Just
just
keep your tokens
If I had a
under
third
control
land
and
turn
keep,
earlier, I think.
Yeah, you would have gone all the way.
keep gaining more.
Because I had 2 lilies available.
Pass turn.
One
Yep.
on the last token. And a Dark Confidant, which I couldn't play.
Yeah.
You would have
End of turn, I'm going to flash in Mogwar
Where's an
Marshal.
evasion card? Like how long? How many draws have we had?
I didn't even realize it
Gives your stuff flash.
You're probably looking for something.
Oh, sorry.
You're still
My apologies.
situation.
I was thinking Munition Expert.
worst part. I mean,
No, okay. Yep, sorry, I'll go to my turn. My apologies.
the worst part about it.
Still learning the deck a little bit. Untap, upkeep, draw. Counter Souls, Goblin.
Yeah, I can go on this list.
Goblin Chieftain, another munitions expert. Makes everything cheaper. And
Mogwar Marshal.
Mogwar Marshal, that's what I'm forgetting. And another one. Play that. Make everything cheaper.
I'll flash a Munitions Expert. So 1, 2, 3, 4,
It's
5,
another
6,
single
7,
land.
8, 9
Really?
to this.
And it's like Twilight Mire, which can't give me any colors the turn it comes down. I got color shuffle.
You got 10 life.
I am.
Yep.
Combat.
Go ahead. Yep. I just need some evasion. Dave, 142.
Gets me out of this.
I need some evasion.
2, 6, 8.
Until I get a Rancor or a Spirit
That's why the
Message.
Ringleaders.
One of those.
Okay.
Basically everything else I need.
Okay.
So 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't have that. That would need that.
Oh, that's a 1/1. Yeah.
Oh, I wouldn't troll you.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
Go.
I don't know why we're still going.
Great.
You're gonna
Untap.
scoop?
Upkeep. Draw.
I was just wondering, like, I figured you must have had something. Was it like
Well, and I
152
wanted
life?
to discard my lilies. Like I wanted to figure. I could have probably Inquisitioned myself.
I mean, yeah, but like, you're gonna grind through 152 life. Right? That's
I think it thought you just.
Yeah, so you probably can do
But then, because I wanted, because then Planeswalker would have been the yard for 7 something.
Got it,
Good.
man.
Wanted on the sideboard. This is so awkward for me.
2.
Goblins, they go wide.
They do go wide.
Very,
This I
very wide.
I find this deck is a little bit slower than maybe some Goblin decks, but once it starts going, it like goes crazy.
I watch Twitch streams of stores, like we do featured match, or,
Yeah.
and it's just it's interesting because it's not like when you see like Grand Prix or anything, like it's all top tier decks, all the same. Like I just like seeing regular people play. Like,
Yeah, for sure.
Everything that's
Well, and you know what? Like you said, we're regular people. We make mistakes, and crap happens, and you know.
exactly.
I'm gonna risk it for the biscuit, I think. To use a saying from our old friend,
All
Mr.
right.
Carson.
Yeah.
Since you're on the plate, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
I'll keep 2.
I can play.
I'll start with this thing.
Ooh, no turn 1 Thoughtseize. I like the sound of that. Blackleaf Cliffs, and I'm gonna hit up an Aether Vial,
Okay.
and I'll say go ahead.
We failed to maintain the game states. Good English.
I will shot 18
Okay, I'll guess it on that.
and Yes.
You're gonna just.
Ran in 6, and I'll just plus it. Plus it.
So what happens when you run in 6?
I return up when you play. Return up to 1 target land card from your graveyard, and then -1 is deal 1 damage, and then the 7, your emblem is instant sorcery cards in your graveyard have retrace.
Those things have killed me
And
numerous times.
Yeah, that's
I feel like running 6 is going to be very
Pretty
bad.
good. You got mine.
It's really good opening
boyfriend
hand.
has killed me
Fine, I don't
numerous
believe it's a 4 of in John,
Maybe I
but
have a little bit of pent-up vengeance for Swiss Spear. Yes. Those get pretty big pretty quickly.
So what do you do?
Say what?
Actually, I have a bottom one card.
Pay 2
Do
like
I keep this?
about 18.
Yeah. I think I just get rid of this.
So he's probably boarded out half his discard.
Jared is disrupting my match.
Go with Aether Vial number 2.
Slide on over.
He's the one-armed bandit. Just pull his arm down and like tokens will start flying out of his mouth and words won't, you know? Go ahead.
I feel like I made a mistake, but now.
Raging Ravine, go.
I think I might just pass. I don't know actually. Wait.
So it seems kind of weird. Double it on you. Ley line.
One can fetch,
Like, hey, now you gotta get 2 things to go through me.
Or just the single ley line or Maelstrom Pulse.
That would suck.
I'm
Forgot about
just gonna
that card.
pass.
Yep.
That's gonna tap one.
Yeah.
That's garbage.
I'll
That's
just swap.
baloney.
Frost.
Yeah, but if you get the creatures out, then I have to deal with them, and I go honestly it's Maelstrom right now.
Mantis
Go ahead and bolt that for me, buddy.
So one. Even Mantis.
0-1.
I just like those.
I
Where
will
is like
uptick again, return the land,
hit the sitting
Sure.
The lake it plays.
and then I'm going to play
That's how that.
the Conflict.
Oh yeah, you lost.
I'm going to turn him in a Tarfire Ball.
Yeah.
How's your discard looking, bud? It's the black
I didn't keep any of my hand.
I'm gonna block one of
Came without any.
The Sunbake Canyon?
Double lay
Do you have any of those lands in stock?
I do. I have a 4. That's the red one.
Okay.
He's a 0-1.
Do you have any of the green ones?
It's 1-2.
Oh wait.
I love you tapping
nurturing.
for 7.
No, I don't have
Okay.
Nurturing Keith, man.
I gotta
Okay.
stop tapping the gym.
I have Water Ball.
Okay, I'm interested in that too.
It's okay.
Plus the flare you're talking
Current
about.
thing is they're all here.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
If I just run this on
will
top and
pay
hold
1
it
life.
to the core,
Yeah,
that's gonna work for me too.
There you go.
I'm going to cast
I
out
love judge players
Goblin
losing the
War Chief.
boggles.
Okay.
I'm not necessarily.
And I'm going to say go ahead.
That's a scary
We
scoop.
jump blocking, boys.
It's a good
Oh,
draw.
yeah. See, that was a misplay, but I already said
Man, you were so
because he has haste, right?
Right, right.
Oh yeah.
Did you want to go for this
No,
swing?
no,
Okay.
that's fine. That's my mistake. I gotta learn how to play the deck, right?
Okay. Yeah, no problem.
Yes, you got that.
So I'm going to fetch.
Oh, I named Lightning Bolt with this, so it can't be cast.
Answer, you can draw another card.
Okay, so this is like
Move combat, and swing, I don't know what the number is, you're gonna block. Go ahead.
What's up, bud?
Oh.
Keep changing command, stop tapping all
I'm just
Like
like
it out.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Like
no.
That sucks.
Oh, that sucks. When do you discard that?
same.
Oh, you don't have to?
Go ahead.
What does this ball
That
do?
sucks.
Like H-O.
It instants and sorcery cards in
I
your
thought I
graveyard
heard
have
something else.
retrace.
Yeah.
Then I will
Oh my god.
plus again.
Yeah, I'm gonna lose this game for sure. I can't think of that.
Then I'm going to fatal push that.
You got it.
Why not?
And then I'm going to play.
You already have. Just play Spear Bandit. You already have the Rancor on there.
Okay.
Spirit Mass is 1 mana, right?
No, it's 2.
And go ahead. Your creature.
This guy's joy.
I have creature, tribal, and insect.
I can't jump
So
plug in,
that's
which I
kind of
can't
stupid.
remember.
Yeah, that's why when I was playing Janda, I always played the one that's -3/-3. It's a tribal instant shapeshifter. It gives +3/-3 to your creature. So I would use that as my removal because it hits 2 for Tarmogoyf, tribal and instant. right? Yeah, so you got 3 off me, and then you have, so it's
Creature
just
and
3.
instant, so.
Yeah.
Which is a good place for it.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so that's why I consider that playing. I forget the name of that. I can't think of that.
Okay, that's why like delirium decks would run tar fires and stuff,
Right.
so they could go.
Go
Okay.
sideways.
Yeah. Play Gemstone Mine.
27, 29.
Got a lot of dice around this game.
Pretty fun cards. Look at that Daybreak Cornet and Spearmint.
Hey,
More creatures.
why don't you come on the weekend bottle some people out of the game?
I can't.
Why not?
I'm EV to
I
like
think I will pay a life, lose a counter.
never
I'm
sleep.
gonna tap this for white.
And then, or then end
That's just
early and then
awesome.
come to a
Goblin
tournament.
Ringleader.
Never come.
So reveal top
Never
4.
come. Come on.
I don't even have $30.
I told you, Abdul.
Okay.
This
You, like, instead of
Goblin Matron, when
buying
I
the
play
magic
it, I
stuff,
can
you
search
pay
my
for
library
entry.
for a Goblin card
Like,
and put it in my hand.
Okay, so Goblin 2 there.
well, you're gonna buy his burn stuff.
I wanna be.
Oh, he's behind you. I thought he left for some
$30.
reason. I don't want to.
I know.
I'm gonna.
Yo, $60.
Yeah,
And they.
fire nice, but only if he's
Oh yeah, I guess it's nice.
Yeah, no, I know.
Yeah.
Between jobs, so I just like crashing in my hand.
I'm gonna say go ahead.
I don't know if it's situation, so I don't know. I'm not expecting a yes from him.
Actually, I think
Sorry.
I think we've kind of done this.
All we were saying I could even do like he has a regular
Oh,
Too, and
that
I
I could
guess.
trade
Lamb.
Targeting you.
And on your draw stuff.
yeah, sure.
with
Would you?
Nine.
my legacy
Nine,
deck. I just don't
and
like
then
legacy.
I'm going to go to attacks for.
I don't have the
Nick catches
for
proxy. Burn. There's no idea how you cast.
Oh, you cast a Bedlam Reveler, then
Your burn
Sorcerer
is not
Mage, and
enough
Lava.
lands there.
Yeah,
I
so
know,
like
you gotta
what
put
was
things in
it?
perspective.
Place
But
the
I have
Goblin
it in
Ringleader.
color burn, so my
Okay.
land
Did that
is
go
colored
this turn?
more.
So I just took a long time. Okay, well I'll attack with
I
this
wrote
three.
white burn, I was
Four.
red black burn. So you need red white land.
Fetch.
Which I have. Yes.
Fetch.
I did.
Do the
This is
swamp.
bottom.
This
One
guy's,
takes your altar. Let me kill this.
I wish that.
these two do. No card. This is for
Yeah, I know.
Essentially, you have to discard non-creatures to get tokens.
Non-land.
Non-land. Okay.
Draw.
And then to tick. So return one. That's my hand.
Okay.
You go ahead.
Charm Drive is currently at 3/4.
Yes.
Alright, so end of turn.
I did it.
Vial in a Goblin Matron.
He beat the Dread
I'll
player
search
with
out
Pirate
any
Beast.
goblins.
What?
Or wait, no.
He beat the
You have to reveal it or
Yeah, he got really
Gonna
screwed.
grab an Ancient Expert.
Maybe I should
Okay.
do that. Well, technically four.
Is that something people do?
That's an idea.
No, this is
Yeah.
E3 because you got
If you want to call me people, then I
Wow.
It's
No,
not
I
a
will pull this.
Alright.
I had a 26 something. Oh,
Just
okay.
a scan.
It's a trample.
Well, I got half down.
And then I'm going to vial in Small Armor, so for each Goblin token.
Okay.
And then I go to my turn.
There's that too.
I'll collect
And the
the
worst is I felt that it's
Yep.
been a while.
Echo Boss.
I just like
For a second I was happy you said it was
you
like
get me
blue.
going
And I
on by a
thought,
lot.
and I realized no, he's not
Moving
playing
into
your deck.
That's the best.
Some solid magic right there.
Leave the vials where they are,
Yep, working.
That was such a
What?
He's working.
and I'll draw.
Is he gonna buy those cavern
Okay.
souls and
wow.
buy me?
Why do you
I
asking me
really
this?
thought I wasn't gonna pull it
I
off.
know my family.
Because he got rid of some blue lines.
Yeah, we talk about our future magic purchases all the time.
Oh, I barely see you guys enough. It's still like,
Yeah,
And 6 and 7 on your turn.
oh, you don't?
No,
yeah.
Oh, who's you?
he lives in Waterloo and with just a bunch of people, really. There's like 7 of them in that house.
This is going to be
It's a sick
kind
one,
of
for sure.
sorry.
They brew alcohol in their basement. They have a freezer that you just open and there's like 4 kegs.
That's sick on
Right?
Yeah.
His girlfriend?
Is that all he had?
In September. she will be.
Yeah.
Vial Goblin
And then
Matron.
there will be 7 of them. But now they're
So
getting kicked
search
out
my
of their
deck
house.
for
That's like the
Goblin.
finale of this season, I guess. So
But they found a new house. That'll start. That's like
it's like 2 doors down. That's like the, you see what I mean? It's a sitcom.
Why are you laughing so much?
Because sitcoms are funny.
You're not.
I never responded to
Gobby. Fucking Gobby.
Cast the Munitions expert, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 alarm card.
Yeah, this guy gets shit-faced and decides to sleep on my floor.
Yeah,
Then he gets smashed and decides to lay on the couch.
That's a pretty good side plot in a sense.
It's like just the guy. Hey, what's up with Abdul? Oh, he's just drunk. Nothing too interesting happens when I hang out with Abdul.
What's that one right?
No, we're currently going on to game 2. I am up
I know
one
it
game
doesn't
though.
actually.
It's just Abdul's like losing his stuff.
I
So.
could have played that a little bit, tiny bit differently, but so Knucklebone Witch. So whenever a goblin dies, I put a +1/+1 counter on Knucklebone. Okay.
You're my third win.
And then I'm gonna go to none of my goblins have
You're
these.
third. Wait, Donnie, you're 3-0.
Yeah,
But I'm gonna do Snapcaster.
I won in 3 though.
I'll just
I
go
got
with
really close in that last one.
A guy with
Snapcaster,
6
I'm
ones
gonna
that
do
gets
that.
8 against a guy with only 1 back.
Yeah.
Right?
This was an ace and triple.
Your
Yeah, that was like a
Yeah.
lap.
3/3, and then I'll
That's
draw.
not a cheat.
Wow,
Go another day.
Caster here. Man, I hate a Lion King as a
yeah, it was
kid.
just the one.
I'm so excited to see
And
the
then-
new and updated one.
Really? I
And
thought
step
you were
will
gonna-
just hit your
Yo, have you seen the new
Well, that's not
patch
very
trailer?
nice.
Hey, why didn't you do this against me?
That's weird stuff.
That's a yikes for me, fam.
I like all the memes about it. Like the
I'm gonna pay 1 life and bring another.
I like the one where it's that
And
girl
we're
who's standing
gonna
over the lady who's like snuggled up into like a couch or something like that, and it's just like the Lion King trying to explain like how to properly do CGI cats.
I think that's Rebel Wilson
Yeah.
and the big cat. She's the big cat.
She's a thing, alright.
Play that.
Sure. Root and toot.
You know what's really shut up, you play humans.
It's the only deck I can play.
Inquisition.
If I
That was actually a really good hit because I think I had to like turn. I was gonna go fetch up a Goblin Chieftain.
Okay.
Just run
It's
you
like,
over.
hey bud, we're not doing this anymore.
We'll just cut off your hand and give you a hook.
I guess that's something.
Yeah, that'd be great. I always wanted a pirate.
No, bro, we'll get you the cannon.
The principal of my high school had a hook for a hand.
Where did you go to high school? Neverland?
I was like,
I would actually rather you anger, believe it or not. So I'm gonna put this on 4, this on 3, and this on 1.
Yep.
And she got
Okay.
kicked and
This
banned.
guy's funny, man.
Draw. Okay, well, that's pretty good. So I'm gonna vial in a Goblin Ringleader.
Did you see that?
So, there he is. 1, 2, 3, I think you do lose. So all this is going to my hand.
Yeah, then you cast them out.
Yeah, I can vial in one and cast the other one, and then it's
March,
just like
April, May,
damage.
June,
I have
July.
none of my,
It's been 6
like,
months
answers
since you
for
come to
you.
a tournament. Like,
That is ridiculous. Like,
Pretty good deck though.
yeah, oh, it's amazing. Like, you don't bite it in the butt right away, or
Alright, thanks for watching everybody. I hope you really enjoyed this video. If you haven't subscribed already, please hit that subscribe button now. We post at least 2 videos every week. Usually awesome deck tech stuff like this and box opening videos. Okay, we'll see you again soon. Here it is. Following this, we're going to show you some live video footage of this deck being played in our weekly. Okay, I really hope you guys enjoyed having the look. Alright, I really hope.